Hello, I'm Lori Steiner, sitting in for Armin Budish. Welcome to Golden Opportunities.
Today, has an injury or illness kept you from being in the driver's seat? We'll steer you to tips that can tune up your time behind the wheel. Then, everything old is new again. We'll investigate the value of your vintage items. We'll determine your dental health during each decade of your life. Plus, are women at more risk for Alzheimer's than men? We'll study the statistics. And we'll reveal how too little debt may be as harmful as too much debt.
It's time to get geoing, so pull up a chair and join us at our kitchen table for Golden Opportunities. Let's face it, for many of us, the keys to our car are the keys to freedom. But what if an illness or impairment has detoured our driving? Are there directions we can follow to get back on the road? Mike Fliss is here to map out our options. Mike is an occupational therapist and certified driver rehabilitation specialist with the Driver Rehabilitation Program at Metro Health Rehabilitation Institute of Ohio. So welcome to the show. Now, usually when we're talking about seniors and driving, we're talking about taking the keys away from a loved one. So is it really a good idea to try to get them back on the road?
Well, sometimes it is. If you think about things like people are living out in the suburbs now, public transportation is not as widespread as it used to be. Sometimes people are still able to drive when things like memory start to go or aging issues. So sometimes it is, with safety being the primary concern.
Okay, so if we can get over the safety issues,
yes.
Maybe some education and things. So when you're mentioning these conditions that people may have that will make it difficult or seemingly impossible to drive, what kind of conditions are we talking about?
Well, we see a lot of people that have had brain injuries, strokes, spinal cord injuries, multiple sclerosis, people that have aging issues, peripheral neuropathy, orthopedic issues, a whole variety of
really
things. Anything that can affect your ability to drive a car safely.
Okay, so you have a program. Tell
Yes.
us a little bit about how the program works.
Well, the program, in order to qualify for the program, you need to have a physician's referral. You have to have a driver's license or a temporary permit. You need to be at least 18 years of age. Have to be seizure-free for a year.
So when you're looking at all of these criteria, you are then also evaluate them as a therapist, is that correct? So how does that part of it work?
What we look at is we look at their driving history, recent driving history, things like tickets, accidents. We check their vision, their reaction times. We do a cognitive and perceptual screening. And then we actually take them on the road in a hospital vehicle to see how they do on the road with different aspects of vehicle control.
Ooh, kind of like a driving test when you're 16,
Yes.
just starting out.
Yes.
Aren't they very, very nervous about that?
Sometimes yes, sometimes no. I mean, most of the time they're seasoned drivers. Some people are new drivers, but generally they've driven for years.
But it's just something that sidelined them from being able to drive that you have to get past. So when you're driving with them and looking at all of their medical history and the doctor's recommendations and things, you're really determining what's wrong and then how to accommodate for that. Correct? So does that also include sometimes modifying the vehicle?
It can. If there's a physical impairment, things like hand controls, modified accelerators, some of the secondary control switches like for turn signals and wipers and things like that can be modified. Sometimes just modifying the switches that are in the vehicle, like if you have arthritis or something like that, can be done.
Okay. Does your health insurance cover the program?
Sometimes it does, sometimes not. It depends on the insurance company, but we can help you find out, whether or not your company will cover it before you.
Might it even pay for the modifications?
Well, not many do.
Okay.
No.
Oh, darn it. I mean, you really need it.
Now, if you have a new car, a brand new car, some of the OEM, the original equipment manufacturers, have a rebate program up to $500 or $1,000 for some of the minor modifications.
Oh, okay. So maybe have a new car is a good thing.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, this has been really, really good information for us. If an ailment has put a stop sign on your driving, yield to the information Mike has shared. You just might be able to merge back onto the road to recovery. Need more help? Park yourself right where you are as we turn to the number and website that you need for more information. It's coming up next. My thanks to Mike for joining us today.
You're welcome.
To learn more, call Metro Health Rehabilitation Institute of Ohio at 216-778-7750 or visit www.metrohealth.org/driver.rehab. Next, old items are the newest trend.